are live right now for New York Mets baseball. Here's the 3-2 pitch to AJ Ewing. He's going to hit a little blooper towards center field, and Harris is not going to get that. So it's a 9-pitch at bat to start off the game, and AJ Ewing is able to get a lead-off single. So the Mets have right now a runner at first base, and let's see if they can put anything together. Right now on this 9-game road trip, the Mets are so far 6-2. If they win this game, they would have won all 3 series, which I don't think they've done that all season long. So let's hope the Mets can win this game. Here's the pitch to Lindor. That's going to be in there, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike right now, folks. We are live for New York Mets baseball. New York Mets baseball, folks. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's going to miss low. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 is the count. Jay Nunez is in the building. How you doing, Jay Nunez? What's up? I hope all is well with you. Here's the 1-1 pitch coming up to Lindor. Here it is. That's going to be a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes right now. That was a pretty good pitch right there. Again, folks, the Mets on this 9-game road trip right now, they are 6-2. Let's see if they could get it. Uh-oh, we got Edwin Molina. Victory is ours tonight. Let's go, Mets. A 7-2 road trip. I take it. I'll be honest. Here's the 1-2 pitch coming up right now. Here it is. Grounded. AJ Ewing's going to get out at second. They're going to get the force out at second. AJ Ewing runs really fast. Lindor hit a grounder to second, and the second baseman went to second and was just able to get him out. I don't think the Mets are going to challenge this. Yeah, I don't think they'll challenge this. So Lindor is going to be now at first base, folks. Mets have 1 out and Bo Bichette. Mets eliminate. No, Mets are not eliminated mathematically, Dan. Here's the pitch to Bo Bichette now. Misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes right now. 1 ball, no strikes. Yeah, the Mets need a miracle. It's the only thing. The Mets need a miracle. But I focus on this game pretty much. I'm just focused on this game at the moment. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Jay Nunez, the family's doing good, man. How is your family? I hope all is well on your side. Hope everything is good. Hope all is well. All right, folks. Here's the 2-0 pitch right now. Here it is. Fouled away. 2 balls and 1 strike right now. Look, shout out to all of you that are with us on YouTube, on TikTok, Facebook, Twitch. I 100% appreciate every single one of you, for being with us on the live stream. 100% I appreciate all of you. Here's the 2-1 pitch right now. Here it is. Grounded, Bichette, that's going to be foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes right now. Look, folks, again, the Mets are 6-2 on this road trip. 6-2. A loss, 6-3 is not bad. 6-3 is pretty good, actually. But a win will be phenomenal. I'll be honest. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Bichette. Hit in. Harris is going to be there to make the play. And he's going to throw behind Lindor. And the catcher was there to back it up. Nice job by the catcher. So that's going to be a fly out to center field. That is now the 2nd out of the 1st inning. Some baseball games today have already happened. There's a few others that are going on now. And there's a few that are going to be starting later. 85 and 77, Dan. 86 and 76. But it requires a miracle. Benson is here. Yeah, 6-2 in the road trip. We beat the Braves 7-2 in the road trip. That's gonna miss inside to Carson Bench. The Mets right now are 8-5 versus the Braves. If they win this game, they would be. Wait, is it 8-5 or 8-6? Let me see here. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Misses inside as well. 2 balls and no strikes. Let me check. I need to actually check that out. The Mets versus the Braves this year, throughout the whole season, the Mets are 7-5 actually. You're right. If they win, they're 8-5. If they lose, 7-6. Mets won the season series though. 2-0 to Benj. Grounded. First baseman Olsen's right there. That's going to retire the side. So look, the Mets do get a leadoff single by A.J. Ewing, but that's all. We are going now to the bottom of the first inning, and the Braves are coming up to hit. So the Mets in this game, they are having Zach Thornton pitch. And let's see how he can do. Look, Zach Thornton for the Mets. He's been having an impressive start to his MLB career. But, you know, even with how impressive his start is, he's still young and bad starts happen. And I'm hoping that the Mets can get a good start from him now because, look, I would really like the Mets to win this game. All jokes aside, it would really, really be good if the Mets can find a way to win this game and, you know, have a 7-2 road trip. It would, you know, it would definitely be a good thing, folks. Really, really good thing. Yeah, the Mets pitching for the Braves. The Mets are facing Tyler Mahle. He was with the San Francisco Giants earlier in the year, but now in the trade deadline, the Braves made a trade for him, so he is now with the Braves. Eddie is here saying victory is ours. How is the team you're coaching doing? Jay Nunez, look, we got the final this coming Friday. This coming Friday, we're in the finals, Jay Nunez. So without a doubt, I'm hoping that we can take care of business. Are we looking for a legit first baseman from Eddie? I hope so. Mets need to have a legit first baseman. Give me one moment, folks. Mets, again, they definitely do need a first baseman. I mean, that is a absolute guarantee that that's what they need. That is 100% what the Mets need. You know, that's what they need, pretty much. It's pretty much what they need. All right, so the first pitch of the game was fouled away. 0-1. Misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike right now. Jared is here. Eric Shake. Very cool. Yeah, Jay Nunez. I'm telling you, I'm excited for this Friday. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's going to be a strike, but Acuna is going to challenge it, and he's going to win that challenge because that was a bad call from the umpire. Really bad call from the umpire there. Yeah, it was inside. Acuna wins the challenge. So, folks, right now, in the bottom of the 10th inning, the Padres and Brewers are tied 2-2. In the top of the 3rd inning, Guardians and Tigers are tied. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. The Pirates and the Marlins are also in the 3rd. They're tied. They're tied 1 apiece. Nationals lead the Cubs 1-0. The 2-2. Acuna flies it to shallow right field. Benj coming in. Benj is there to make the play. 1 away. Let me see there also. Let me see here. The Yankees and Mariners are playing. Mariners lead 3-0. Red Sox and Blue Jays are scoreless. Mets and Braves are scoreless. At 7:40 Eastern Time, the Reds are playing the White Sox. Here's the first pitch to Drake Baldwin. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 10 p.m. we got the Rangers versus the Angels. Then 10:10 we got the Dodgers versus the Royals. 0-1. Grounded. Beatty couldn't get to it. That's going to be a 1-out single there. The Twins earlier beat the Orioles 7-5. The Cardinals beat the Phillies and Zach Wheeler 7-1. Wow. And also earlier, the Rays once again beat the Athletics 8-4. The Rockies beat the Diamondbacks 6-4. And the Astros beat the Giants. So, Look, this Rays team, they continue to win games. Now they're on a 9-game win streak, and they're playing really, really good baseball. Here's Olsen. He swings at the first pitch. He's going to foul it away. Strike one. Yankees, Boston's on a 4-game losing streak. Blue Jays are on a 2-game win streak. The White Sox still have first place in the AL Central. The Astros and Rangers are separated by 1 game in the AL West. The Phillies are really, really playing bad baseball now. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Misses low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Brewers only have a 4-game lead over the Cubs. Cubs have made that race a lot tighter. The Padres are 8.5 behind the Dodgers. That's a little bit tighter. 1-1. Misses low. 2 balls and 1 strike right now. 2-1 is the count right now, folks. We are live right now for New York Mets baseball. Yo, Sammy, I just checked your Twitch and someone said you took too long to see their comment. Let me take a look at that right there. 2-1. That's going to be hit towards left field. But AJ Ewing's there to make the play. That is going to be the second out. Okay, so yeah, we had Jiva official. Hey, what's these lives about? My bad. My bad, Jiva official. I know Jiva official's probably gone, but yeah, I mean, the lives are self-explanatory. You know, I'm watching the New York Mets game versus the Atlanta Braves, and I'm reacting to it. Jiva official on Twitch. So my bad for taking time to respond there. Here's the pitch right now to Ozzy Albies. First pitch swinging, that's gonna go foul. No balls and 1 strike right now. That is the count at the moment. No balls and 1 strike right now, folks. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch right now. Here it is. That's going to miss high. 1 ball and 1 strike right now. 1-1 is the count at the moment. Really? Let me see. What's up, Sammy? There's no first baseman really available next season. Only really arrive. Huh? 1-1. Misses low, 2-1. Well, I mean, the Mets are going to have to give some prospect an opportunity, you know? Or what is the Mets' plan with Ryan Clifford, you know? Rays are my backup team since they are my local team. All right, Eddie, the Rays are playing some good baseball. They're definitely playing good baseball. Here's the 2-1 pitch coming up to Albies. Here it is. That's going to be fouled away. 2 balls and 2 strikes right now. 2-2 is the count at the moment. New York Mets versus the Atlanta Braves. Which of these teams is going to take this game? Which of them is going to take it? And Dan, I appreciate you for letting me know about Twitch. Here's the 2-2 pitch right now. Okay, Thornton is going to step off. And we are going to see right now. Here's the 2-2 pitch right now. Here it is. Grounded. Foul. 2-2 again. We're going to do it. Bichette. It's going to throw that into the stands. We got Luis Nunez here. Jay Brown. Eddie Jarrett is also here. Shout out to all of you right now. 2-2 is the count. But with Mets regardless, since I was 10 years old in 1969. Wow. That's fire right there. I mean, being a Met fan for that long, at least seeing those 2 championships. It's been 40 years, but hey, you saw 2 of them, so that's impressive there. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Grounded. Lindor goes to the short way to second base. So that's going to retire the side. We're going, folks, to the 2nd inning. Scoreless game. I have a feeling someone is going to be playing out of position for first next season again. My goodness. That'll be very, very frustrating, Jared. But, I mean, I cannot sit here and disagree with you that probably that will happen. Probably that will happen. That is probably gonna happen. Let's see here. So yeah, folks, we are live though. No bueno. Yeah, no good at all. No good at all with that happening. Let me take a quick look at the Padres versus the Brewers. The Padres, all of a sudden, they've caught a little bit of fire, and they actually are going to the 11th inning now. The Padres weren't able to score in the bottom of the 10th, so now they're going to the 11th inning there. The Brewers have a runner at second with no outs. And Gary Sanchez is batting. Gary Sanchez, how about Gary Sanchez? Still in the league. You don't hear a lot about him, but hey. Tommy Tough Knuckles is here. Coach, what up, man? How we doing? Hey, I'm doing good, Tommy. How are you doing? I hope all is well with you. Murakami will be available after next season. Didn't he get an opt-out after the first season, or it's opt-out after the second season? He didn't get an opt-out. It was just a 2-year deal he signed. All right. Look, so far, Murakami, he's definitely outplayed his contract, and I think that he will get a much better contract. Gary Sanchez hits a fair ball down the line, and the Brewers are going to take the lead. Here's Robert Jr. First pitch he's going to take is going to be a ball up high. 1 ball and no strike. So the Brewers lead it now 3-2. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Robert Jr. takes a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. I'm good. Just put my son to bed now. All right, nice, Tommy. Here is the 1-1. That's gonna, that was a strike, but the umpire calls it a ball, so it's a 2-1 count right now. 2-1 count. Here's the 2-1 pitch right now to Robert Jr. That's gonna be fouled back. 2 balls and 2 strikes right now. That's the count. 2-2, folks. Look, after this game, the Mets record right now, this is their 122nd game. 2-2. 3-2. After this game, Mets have 40 more games left in the season. 40 games, folks. That's it. That's it. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Hit to the third baseman. Riley's there. Makes the throw, and that's going to be the first out of the inning. 1 away in the top of the second inning. The Mets right now are 53-68. Yikes. The Braves are 20 games better in the loss column right now. I mean, that is incredible. And you know what's amazing about this Mets season right now? This road trip for the Mets has made them have a better record on the road than they do at home. Here's the pitch to Jared Young. Strike 1. The Mets at home are 25-34. Ridiculous. On the road, the Mets are 28-34. 0-1. Jared Young, swing and a miss. Two strikes, no balls. So if the Mets home record was just reversed, 34-25, we're talking about a team that will be in it. But because they're so bad at home, 0-2. Popped up. That's going to be towards left field. Third baseman. Nope. Left field is there. And that's going to be the second out of the inning. What do you think about the ghost runner? They think it takes away from the history of the MLB. Well, look, the ghost runner, I understand it. I'm going to be honest. Ball 1 to Alvarez. I understand them doing it because they wanted to speed games up and excite it. But, look, I'm not... all right, put it like this. I'm okay with it for the regular season. 1-0. Because, all right, think about those games that go 13, 14, 15 innings. You're burning out the pitcher's arms. So, I like that you're saving. But they don't put the ghost runner for the playoffs, so I like that. For the regular season, over 162 games, the ghost runner is not going to be the reason why you're not a good team or not, So I'm okay with the ghost runner for the regular season. 2-0. Strike 1. For the playoffs, if they had ghost runner, I would be disappointed. it's kind of like rushed, like you're rushing the playoff game. So they don't. So for me, I'm cool with that. They get paid enough. Yeah, I get you. Here's the 2-1 pitch right now. 2-1 pitch to Alvarez. Strike two. Good pitch right there to Alvarez. 2 balls and 2 strikes right now. And talking about the ghost runner. Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with it. Jay Nunez, what do you think about it? 2-2. 3-2. I'm okay with it, personally. Look, in the wild card, the Phillies, they had a pretty good lead. Now they're falling out, honestly. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Alvarez fouls it away. The Phillies had the second wild card by a good cushion. Now the Phillies are tied for the third one because the Padres now own the second wild card. Even though the Padres, if they lose, it'll be a 3-way tie. 3-2. Alvarez takes ball 4, but we're gonna have a challenge here by the catcher. It may be strike 3. It may be strike 3. Let's see here. This may have got the corner. Yep, strike 3. Alvarez strikes out, and that's gonna be the ending of the inning. So yeah, folks. The interesting thing, look about the Mets. The Mets are 10.5 out of a playoff spot. So I mean, it's crazy. Zach Wheeler, last few starts haven't been good. Hey, they haven't. They have not been good. Are you proud of the Mets now? I mean, I don't want to say I'm proud of the Mets, but I'm kind of enjoying, some of these games. I'm enjoying some of the games. I'll be honest. But I can't sit here and say, oh, I'm so proud of the Mets because they've underachieved this year. Heavily, they've underachieved. And, I expected them to. I didn't expect them to be this bad. Did I realistically expect the Mets? I thought the Mets would win 90 games this year. I realistically expected them to be better. If they weren't this good, I didn't expect them to be this bad. But we're talking about, the Mets being 15 games under 500. That's bad, man. So I'm not proud of the Mets. I mean, I'm just happy with how they've been playing lately. But, the Brewers are now threatening to get a 3-run lead in the 11th. Big Mets fan my whole life, from Frank Stallone. Hey, shout out to you, Frank Stallone. I've been a Mets fan since 1998. There's been a lot of tough moments, but in the good and the bad, I'm with the Mets. Robert Jr., $20 million for part-time. So why not make Soto a DH? He's not that good on the field, huh? It's a lot of questionable things that the Mets have done that just look really bad. And yeah, for me, Robert Jr. isn't a $20 million player. He's more of a $7-8 million. And I'm not trying to, like, who am I to say a person's worth this? But I don't want to mess with people's money. But at the same time, I'm speaking on based on the production of what you're seeing, Here's the first pitch from Zach Thornton to Michael Harris. Here it is. It's going to be a ball low. 1 ball and no strikes. Jared is here. Torino's here. New York Mets fan is here. TCK. George is here. Luca. Kaloy says, glad we got a team option for Robert. I agree. If he had the option, you really think he's going to say no to $20 million? He's going to take it. Mets make the decision now. 1-0. That's going to miss outside. 2 balls and no strikes to start off this inning right now. Soto's saying he's going to come back, so we're going to see. Tyler Mahle wasn't this good on the Giants, man. Well, it's only 2 innings, so it's let's see how he does for the rest of the start. Here's the 2-1 pitch right now from Zach Thornton to Harris. Here it is. That's going to be a little swinging bunt. The spin went to Zach Thornton, and he makes the play. And that's going to be the first out of the inning. Nice play there by Zach Thornton. He barehanded. The ball had a lot of spin to it. So a really, really good job there by Zach Thornton to make that play right there. Jay Nunez says, I don't like the ghost runner. It takes away from baseball's true message for the record books. All right. That ball's hit pretty well by Dubon, but Benj is right there waiting. That's going to be 2 outs in the inning. I mean, I respected Jay Nunez. How you feel? If they didn't have Ghost Runner, I would be okay. But look, the reality is players are more fragile, in my opinion, than what we saw in the past. So, the Ghost Runner and people gotta know that ball one, people gotta know that baseball is trying to cater to the young crowd as much as possible. I like this kid. He's what Peterson should have been. Hey, I agree, Kaloy. 1-0. That's gonna probably be a home run if it's fair. Yeah, that's gone. 1-0, folks. Just as we give a compliment to Zach Thornton, he gives up an absolute monster home run to Lane Thomas. Braves have themselves a 1-0 lead right now. 1-0, folks. What was I gonna say? This was 105.7 exit velo. I mean, this ball was crushed. Once I saw it hit, I knew if it was fair, it's gone. Yeah, it was crushed. It was absolutely crushed, that ball. Here's the pitch to Riley. He's gonna take a strike right down the middle. No balls and 1 strike. Okay, so look, the Padres pitching to the Brewers. That's gonna be popped up. Swing and a miss. 0-2. So it's an 0-2 count here in this inning. But yeah, folks, look, David Peterson responding to Kaloy. David Peterson's actually been pitching pretty good for the Cubs. He's been actually pitching pretty good for the Cubs. Here's the 0-2 pitch right now. Here it is. Misses low. 1-2. So the Brewers had the bases loaded, 1 out, and they have runners in scoring position. They only get 1 run. So now the Padres are coming up to hit in the extra inning with a chance to tie. That's going to miss low. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count right now. Freddie wasn't horrible the other night either. He went 6, I believe only gave up 3 runs. David Peterson was never bad. That's grounded foul. Peterson for the Mets, he had a great 2024. He had a great first half of 2025, but I don't know what happened with the Mets, man. I'm going to check, what's his name? Freddie Peralta. Hit hard by Riley. AJ Ewing's not going to get that. He's going to try to cut it off from being a double, though, and he will cut it off. So it's just going to be a long single for Austin Riley. And Zach Thornton's been getting the ball up these last few hitters. He's been getting it up a little bit. So that's a good piece of hitting right there. Yeah, it's a pretty good piece of hitting there by Riley. Let me check really fast. I want to check Freddie Peralta. Did Freddie Peralta get the win? Because now, look, the Rays are on a 9-game win streak. Here's the pitch now. That's going to be a ball low. 1 ball, no strike. Let me see here. Which day did Freddie Peralta pitch? That's going to miss. Oof. That's going to miss inside. The umpire calls it a strike, but Murphy's going to challenge it. And that's going to be the second ball. 2-0. So Zach Thornton looking a little rattled right now. After giving up that home run, gives up a single, and now he's definitely struggling with command right now. Definitely struggling with command. Zach Thornton, the 1 through 7 hitters in a lineup are hitting 179. 8 and 9 hitters, 385. That's incredible. He's getting beat by the 8 and 9 hitters. That's going to be popped up by Murphy to right field. Here comes Benj. Benj is there, and he's going to make the play to retire the side. But the Braves get themselves a 1-0 lead. They have themselves a 1-0 lead as we go now to the 3rd inning. All right, let me check here. So the Padres are up. Manny Machado, first pitch is going to be a strike. No balls and 1 strike. The Mets and Braves are in a commercial break right now. I'm going to talk about this Brewers and Padres game now. Here is the 0-1 to Machado. That's going to miss outside. 1 ball and 1 strike right now. Where are the Tampa Bay Rays at? I want to check. And I want to, how you call it? Grounded by Machado. The shortstop gets to it. He won't be able to go to third base, though. So now the tying run is going to third base. That was a big play. Hey, it's a productive out by Machado there. You definitely take that out. All right, let me check Freddie Peralta. Where's Freddie Peralta at? Let me see. I want to see his exact stats since he's been with the Rays. I think he's only had 2 starts. Freddie Peralta. He's from Moca, Dominican Republic. Here's Ty France. He's going to... Oh, that hit him. It hit him. So now the tying runs, the winning run is going to be at first base. So Freddie Peralta, his first start, he went 3 2/3 innings. 9 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned runs, 2 home runs. Yeah, you're right. Against the Athletics, 6 innings, 6 hits, only 3 earned runs, 1 home run, and only 1 walk. That's good there. Only giving up the 1 walk. That was really good. I think Monday. All right. Oh, boy. Don't make me mad. I'm begging it. Long day, huh? Hey, it's still early in this game. What's going on, Granddaddy? How you doing? I hope all is well with you. You already know. Let's go Mets. Let's go Mets. All right, the Padres. Let's see if the Padres can get a walk-off winner right now. They're showing a picture. They're showing video images of pizza in Atlanta. And I ain't going to lie, the pizzas look pretty good. I wouldn't mind having a slice of pizza right now. Pepperoni pizza. All right, folks. Brett Beatty's up right now. He's facing Tyler Mahle. Tyler Mahle. Here's the first pitch to Beatty. He's going to swing and a miss. Strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Brett Beatty hit a grand slam Monday night. Excuse me. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss again. 0-2. I'm surprised by the Devil Rays. Very pesky like the Brewers. Well, they're the Tampa Bay Rays. Before they used to be the Devil Rays. 0-2. Brett Beatty takes a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch right now. Beatty, did he go? He went around. Strike 3. All right, the Padres are trying to have a walk-off winner. They got to stay out of the double play right now, though. That's going to be a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Luis Torrens is coming up right now. This is Luis Torrens' first start since last Friday. Here's the first pitch to him. It's going to be a strike. No balls and 1 strike right now. Yeah, Tyler Mahle, since coming to the Braves, he has not given up an earned run. Popped up, and that's going to be another strike to Torrens. That was a ball, but the umpire calls it a strike, and it's 0-2. I mean, I get Torrens not challenging it, but I've been saying a lot throughout the year that the Mets, they don't know the strike zone that well. They've been struggling with it. 0-2. That misses low and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's a 1-2 count right now to Jackson Merrill for the Padres. Let's see. But Torrens is going to get a pitch now. Torrens, 1-2. Grounded towards the third baseman. Riley with time. He's going to make the play easily. 2 away. Jackson Merrill, 1-2. 1-2 right now. It's a 1-2 pitch right now. Here's the pitch to Merrill. Merrill, did he just win the game? It's gonna. Oh, what a catch by the right fielder. The game is going to be tied, but what a catch. A.J. Ewing takes a strike. Oh, boy, Merrill almost won the game, but the right fielder for the Brewers, game-saving catch. 0-1 pitch. AJ Ewing takes another strike. 0-2. Yeah, Jared, you're right. This guy Tyler, I mean, this guy comes to the Braves and he know how to dominate. 0-2 pitch. Misses high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Look, I'm telling you, there are some people that they come to certain organizations and they just, the organization's philosophy and way they work just works for them. That's going to miss low. 2-2. It just works for some people. I'm telling. Maley was okay with the Giants, but he's kicked it up a notch since joining Atlanta. Atlanta didn't need the Grom, huh? The Grom didn't even want to go for that. That's unbelievable. 2-2 pitch. AJ Ewing takes ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes right now. So far, AJ Ewing is the only base runner for the Mets in this game. Of course, him and Lindor switched places on a fielder's choice, but let's see here the 3-2 pitch. AJ Ewing strikes out. So he retires. He's retired, what, 9 in a row since the single? We're going now to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Yeah, so look, the Padres get even, and now they have the winning run at second base. It's a 1-1 count. There was just a stolen base. No, it was actually a passed ball by Gary Sanchez. Gary Sanchez just had a passed ball right now. Winning run. Campusano for the Padres is trying to win it. Here's the pitch now. That's going to be a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes there. They may go to the 12th inning if the Padres do not score here. Eddie's here. Jarrett, New York Mets fan. Mac Daddy, TCK, Slow-Mo. Diango's here. George, Luca. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's going to be fouled away. Yeah, folks, look, so we're at a commercial break right now. Commercial break at the moment. Let us see. I'm reacting now to the Blue Jays and Padres game. Let's see if the Padres can win it. Let's see if the Mets can get some offense. The Mets have not scored. I'm going to tell you, they were shut out yesterday. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's going to be a base hit. It's going to be a play at the plate. Here's the throw home. He's safe. The Padres walk it off. Wow. They're going to definitely review the play, but the Padres walk it off. What a clutch hit by the Padres. Campusano. Wow. Padres win it. How about that? I mean, I would think that they would challenge this, but are they? I mean, I think you should always challenge the last play. Dustin May has been filthy too since joining the Brewers. All right. That could be something really, really big for them. Well, it looks like there's no challenge, folks. Padres win the game. The Padres were down, and they win it. All right. Let's see now. Ronald Acuna's batting. First pitch is going to be a ball inside. 1 ball and no strikes right now. Look, the Mets haven't scored since Monday. Let's say that. I'll at least start with that. 1-0 pitch. That's going to miss inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Mets have not scored since Monday. And the last time the Mets scored Monday was in the 9th inning. So Mets have not scored. They didn't score 9 innings yesterday. They didn't score. Mets haven't scored for the last 12 innings. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's going to be low. 3-0. So Zach Thornton, he's been struggling a little bit with his control in this game. He's definitely been struggling with control in the game. It's a 3-0 count right now. Here it is. That's going to be swinging 3-0. He's going to foul it. 3 balls and 1 strike right now. 3-1 is the count right now, folks. Let's see here. The 3-1 pitch is coming up. Here it is. That's going to be ball 4. So it's going to be a leadoff walk for Acuna. The Braves have a man on right now. Nobody out. Look, folks, on YouTube, we are getting closer and closer to 1K. We are now on YouTube up to 919 subs. Little by little. Yup, the Padres. I just saw J Money. They walked off. Baldwin takes a ball. So 6 pitches this inning. 5 of them have been balls from Zach Thornton. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Drake Baldwin. Here it is. Grounded, and that's going to be a base hit up the middle. So, look, Acuna's going to go to third and take third base. What is Robert doing? Robert Jr. sleeping, man. Acuna just deked Robert Jr. hard body. Acuna's running slow. And then all of a sudden it's going Robert Jr. with a horrible, horrible base running there. I mean, sorry. Amazing base running. Horrible defense by Robert Jr. Horrible. And when you get paid $20 million, I'm sorry. It's just unacceptable. Olsen takes a strike. Look, this game could get ugly really fast, folks. Could get ugly really fast. It's 1-0 right now. Here's the 0-1 pitch coming up right now to Olsen. Swing and a miss. 0-2 right now. But yeah, Robert Jr. letting that happen now is unacceptable, man. It's just unacceptable. Unacceptable. Here's the 0-2 pitch right now. Got caught flat-footed and sleeping. Grounded. Gonna get a double play, but it's gonna get the run in. But that run right there is on Robert Jr. That run is on Robert Jr. right there, folks. 100% that run is on him. 100%. Because, you know, it should have been first and second. Should have been first and second with no outs. Okay, double play, runner gets a third, it's still 1-0. But because Robert Jr. sleeps, it's 2-0 now. Albie swings the first pitch, strike one. Ram Jam is here. What's going on, Ram Jam? How you doing? Yeah, Robert Jr., I'm telling you, Francisco Lindor, that was unacceptable right there, man. Unacceptable. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Albies. Misses inside, 1 ball and 1 strike right now, folks. 1-1 is the count. Here is the 1-1 pitch to Albies right now. Here it is. Hit well to center field, but Robert Jr. is there. And that is going to end the inning. So, folks, Braves get 1 more run. Soto plays the field the same. Yeah, but Robert Jr. is a center fielder. And what we heard from Robert Jr. was that he was a good defender. And he just completely fell asleep. Those are the type of things you see in high school baseball, little league, not in the major leagues. You just can't let that happen because now an extra run is scored. How's your men's team doing? I've watched your video of batting. You are hitting line drives and lifting the ball. Jay Nunez, look, our record is not good on the men's league team. And I'm going to be honest, I haven't been able to play a lot. We've played maybe like 12 or 13 games, something like that. I've only played in, I think, 6 because of coaching. So I miss a lot of games. But, you know, we're a competitive team. But then we've had some games where things have just fell apart and we've lost. We played the game close and then at the ending it just gets out of hand. But, yeah, we got to just keep going. We definitely got to keep going. 100% we got to keep going. It's the only other option we have. Let me see here. Let's see here. All right. There we go. We're going to the 4th inning, folks. I watched that POV video of the home run, bro. Smoked that. Jared, yeah, it was. Definitely it was smoked. Definitely it was smoked. I ain't a hater. When people do good against me and I record it, I'm gonna show it. I ain't gonna hide. I can't be hiding like that. Let me see here. All right, Lindor's batting right now. Here is the pitch to Lindor. That's going to be a ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Good evening, everyone. Tomorrow we will have a practice at the facility at 6 p.m. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Lindor hits it a mile high, not deep at all. Harris is waiting for it, and he's going to make that play. He barely had to move there. Double A says, happy to see my team winning. They're up 2-0 right now. Robert Jr. is unacceptable, man. It's unacceptable. At 6 p.m. All right, Bo Bichette is batting right now. Here is the pitch to him. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. One 0. Bichette takes a strike. Oh my God, man. What is wrong with the umpire? It's a strike, but he calls it a ball and he's challenged. And, you know, my goodness, Blue, what is going on? It's 1-1 right now. Attendance. It is our last practice before the final on Friday. Swing and a miss by Bichette. 1 ball, 2 strikes right now. Here's the 1-2 pitch right now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it is. Bichette hits it to right, but Acuna's there to make the play. 2 away. So look, the Mets bats to start off this game are very, very cold. They are not doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. And they are going to have to, they're going to have to wake up. They're going to have to wake up because they are not playing good right now. Not at all. Here's the pitch right now. That's going to be hit hard by Benj, and Benj is going to have himself a base hit. Acuna's going for it. Benj is going to just stay at first base. A good job by Acuna to cut it off and stop it from a double. And then yeah, folks. Acuna's arm is, you can't mess around with it. Robert Jr., let's make up for that era. Strike 1 to Robert Jr. Robert Jr. got to make up for that era, man. That era was unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Unacceptable. Here's the 0-1 pitch right now to Robert Jr. Misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Times like this, you need Soto. I agree. At least we took the season series. I agree. Look, if the Mets lose this game, us Met fans, look, we shouldn't be pissed because of this series. Here's the 1-1 pitch. 2-1. The Mets won the season series from the Braves. Therefore, if they lose this game, it'll only be 7-6. So it's close. But, I mean, you take that. But the Mets are 6-2 on this 9-game road trip. Robert Jr. takes a strike right there, 2-2. If they lose this game, they'll be 6-3. You take it. You averaged a series win. Now, of course, you would love for them to win this game. Here's the 2-2 pitch right now. Here it is. Challenge it. Challenge this guy, Robert Jr., is a clown right now, man. Look. This is where, folks, I'm saying that the Mets don't know the strike zone. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. The Mets, in my opinion, they've been horrible with challenges this year. Horrible. I mean, look, I know it's not easy. I know it's not, it's hard. Okay. But that ball was not even. That ball was like. Let me rewind real fast and take a look at that. Let me rewind. Let me rewind and show where the ball was at. I'm gonna rewind. Okay. I'm gonna rewind and I'm gonna take a picture of this and I'm gonna have to share it with all of you. Rob says you're glitching. I'm glitching. Let me see there. Do you think the Jays are back? I hope. I hope the Jays make the playoffs. I actually do hope that they make the playoffs. Honestly, I want the Jays to make the playoffs. I do. I really do. All right, folks. Look, I am gonna send you all. I'm gonna show you on the live really fast where this pitch was at. Where was that? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second right now. Let me upload this really fast. And I'm gonna really fast show, where this was at because it's just, or maybe I could just do it here, just show it through my phone actually. Let me see if I can actually do that. Okay, let me see there. Yeah, on YouTube you see it. Do you see there on YouTube the pitch? That ball was there. Look, this is the pitch here on. It's clearly a ball. And Robert Jr. doesn't challenge it. And, grounded to first base. That's going to be a fair ball. 1 pitch, 1 out for Zach Thornton. We trade Roberts for some double bubble, bruh. Well, he has a team option. Look, the way Robert Jr. is done, I'm not bringing him back on a $20 million deal. No chance. No chance. He could get scorching hot to end off the season. I ain't bringing him back. I'm not. Not with 20 million. I'll bring him back with maybe 7-8 million. Okay. That's going to be a ball low. 1 ball, no strike. But I ain't bringing him back with that contract. No chance. Yankees are now down 4-3. All right. Shout out there. Yankees making a little bit of a comeback right there. Here is the 1-0 pitch right now to Dubon. Here it is. That's hit pretty well to left field. AJ Ewing's actually there. 2 quick outs this inning. 2 quick outs in the inning. We are 1 out away from the Mets getting done with this inning, folks. Let us see here right now. All right, there we go. Let's see there. Let me see there. Young has been a strong player. Do you see him on the Metropolitans? Jared Young's been doing a good job. He's been doing a really good job for the Mets. I'm going to be honest. But with doing a good job, I don't think he should be our everyday third baseman. Just personally. 2 balls, no strikes right now. I don't think. Mets need to wake up. I took them on the money line for the heavy underdog action. Hey, their offense looking really bad right now, Jared. I will say that. That's going to be a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike right now. Zach Thornton, look, 2 runs, 3 runs is okay. It's not bad. It's not bad. The offense got to wake up, though. 2-1, that's going to miss. 3 balls and 1 strike right now. He's being very careful with Lane Thomas. Lane Thomas hit an absolute missile home run in his last at-bat. Chipper Jones is there. Oh, my God. Chipper Jones. 3-1. That's going to be a... Oh, my gosh, man. Challenge. Blue, what are we doing, Blue? Oh, my goodness. Mets are going to challenge that, and rightfully they should. My goodness, Blue. What is going on with my guy? Look, Blue... No, all jokes aside, we're in the bottom of the 4th. Blue has missed 10 to 15 calls already. 10 to 15 already. Oh my gosh. Mets win the challenge. It's 3-2 right now. Hope Blue's all right, man. Here's a 3-2. Strike 3. Bruh, he was just going to call a strike and then last minute he called strike 3. Look, I'm going to have to send prayers to Blue because I don't know if something's going on with him, but nonetheless, that's the end of the inning, folks. We're going to the 5th inning, and this game is moving pretty fast. Moving pretty fast. It's only an hour into the game. Not even, it's 59 minutes into the game and we're already in the 5th inning. Star Wars, you already know NFL's coming. I cannot wait for the NFL season. I cannot wait. Let me even take a look at that real fast to see opening night. I know it's gonna be in September. Let me see here really fast because, folks, I'm telling you, I am extremely looking forward to, the live streams that are gonna be happening for the NFL. I'm telling you. All right, preseason, I want to do the Jets game Friday, but I won't be able to because I have a finals game in coaching. Okay, Wednesday, September 9th, we're going to have a rematch of the Super Bowl, which, look, I plan to live stream that game. The Patriots versus the Seahawks, it's going to be in Seattle without a doubt. I plan to live stream that game. Then the Thursday on Netflix, the 49ers versus the Rams. That's another game. And then, of course, the Sunday, the Jets are playing the Titans, and I am telling you, woof, let's go Jets. I cannot wait, all jokes aside. I really, really cannot wait for that, folks. All jokes aside. Did you see Bobby Cox gave me the chills. How come? Did you see Spider-Man? I didn't. How was it? I think Jets can take week 1 against the Titans. I do too. I hope they take it. Do the Jets versus Packers week 2 of the season. Look, folks, can I be honest with you? I want to do every Jets game. Can I do it? This is to be announced. But 0-1 pitch. That's going to be a ball inside. Look, I want to do opening night. I want to do every Sunday night game, every Monday night game, every Jets game, Giants game if possible. That's going to be hit well by Jared Young. That's going to be a leadoff single. Acuna knocks it down. Jared Young heading for second. He's gunned out. A single, but Jared Young gets missile thrown out at second base. Like, look, I'm not mad with the aggressiveness there. I'm not, but, Acuna has a really good arm, folks. He has a really good arm. Really, really good arm. Really, really good. Really, really good throw. Yeah, he's out. It was a perfect throw. It's you doing the Nets when yeah, I want to do the Nets as well. The Nets, the Brooklyn Nets. Oh, opening day. Oh my goodness. It looks incredible. Oh boy. Here's Francisco Alvarez batting right now. Here it is. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strike right now. I like the aggressive base running. Why test Acuna? Yeah, look, I was actually okay with the aggressive base running, but 2-0. But I do get it where the Mets offense has been really bad. They should have stayed at first base. I mean, Jared Young saw Carson Bench stay at first, 2-0 pitch. That's going to be a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike right now. Mets haven't scored in 14 innings. Yup. After being on fire offensively, they've been cold. Here's the 2-1 pitch right now. Alvarez, too early, 2-2. Yeah, folks, but look, NFL, I want to do mostly every national game. I want to do a lot, folks. I'm telling you, like this NFL season. 2-2 pitch. Misses low, 4 count right now. Baseball, look, the playoffs, I already announced the playoffs are coming. I am excited for that. I'm extremely excited for that, folks. I'm telling you all. Here's the 3-2 pitch right now, folks, coming up to Alvarez. Here it is. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Of course, if I told you Alvarez struck out, all of you know he struck out chasing ball 4. It's just obvious. Star Wars said Phillies headed to the Field of Dreams. That's about what it's becoming, a dream, another loss to Cardinals, and another lost series. Star Wars, how is the Phillies schedule for the rest of the half? Here's the pitch to Brett Beatty, ball one. How is their schedule? They're saying Geno Smith and Garrett Wilson locking in. Hey, I hope so, man. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Misses. 2 balls, no strikes. I was watching Michael Porter training. He was getting blocked by AD. My goodness. How about Russell Westbrook retiring? How about that? Here's the 2-0 pitch right now to Brett Beatty. Here it is. That's going to be in there. Strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike right now. Shout out to him on TikTok for the follow. I appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you with the shout out. All right, here's the 2-1 pitch right now. Swing and a miss. Yeah, Brett Beatty struggles with that low pitch. That low pitch, he just struggles with it. He really, really struggles with it. I mean, he really, really struggles with that low pitch. But what can we say? Here's the 2-2 pitch right now to Brett Beatty. He's batting 8th right now. Swing and a miss, strike 3. I mean, just can't lay off that pitch. That's a ball. Inning over. So the Mets are scoreless for the first 5 innings. They do get a hit, but Jared Young was thrown out trying to go from first to second by Acuna, and it was a perfect throw by Acuna. I mean, I just got to throw that out there. It was an absolute perfect throw. Look, this Mets game is going really, really fast right now. The Mets offense is not looking good. Let's see, folks. Let's see if they can do anything. Let's see. I'm going to be split screen watching the Yankee game. They're playing the Seattle Mariners, who the Mariners they've been struggling. Let's just say the Mariners this year, they're struggling a lot. They are not playing good baseball like I expected them to be a lot better. They are definitely not playing good baseball. We got Meister chances. Red Sox were cheating and they have stopped. Oh, no. Red Sox cheating. I don't believe that. Wu has been bad this year. Hey, from the Mariners, right? I mean, I'm telling you, man. That's why sometimes I don't know how to explain it in sports, but sometimes you work, you practice, and you come to play, and it just doesn't work out, man. I'm telling you, sports could be really weird sometimes. There are times where you put work in. You show up to the field, and for some reason, things just don't go well. For some reason. And, I mean, what can we say? It's a tough thing when we're talking about sports in that regard. There are times where you put all the work in necessary and it just doesn't work out. Look, folks, if you're on YouTube with us right now, I definitely want to ask you for help. And that's going to be a leadoff double for Riley, and that's a leadoff double. Look, all right, let me say this. I'm talking to all of you. I wasn't talking about the game because I don't understand what's going on with these TV networks. They are prioritizing advertising. I don't understand. The point is that the pitch was thrown and the game wasn't even back. All you hear is Gary Cohen saying, and Riley puts a charge into that. What is going on with that? Doesn't make no sense. Nonetheless, folks, the Braves have a runner at second base, folks. Kyle Riley said yesterday, we suck this year, huh? Ball 1. Look, folks, it's not looking good for the Mets right now. They are not hitting. And, yeah. Baseball is like the game of what, Jay Nunez? 1-0. Misses low, 2-0. Yeah, folks. So I want to ask help for all of you on YouTube. We are at 919 subscribers, 81 more subs, and we will be at 1K. I definitely ask all of you for help. 2-0 pitch, strike one. 2 balls and 1 strike right now. Shout out to Mambo for following. We are 40 followers on TikTok away from hitting 2K. Kyle Riley sucked this year. That's what he gets for shaking. Oh, yeah. That was kind of weird for Riley. I don't know why he did that with his teammates in the World Baseball Classic. That's hit hard by Murphy. And that's going to be a base hit. Riley's going to be held at third. So, look, the Braves have started this inning off in a perfect way. The 8 and 9 hitters, you know, set the table for now Acuna to come up and hit right now. Twins, Marlins, Cards, Seattle, Angels, D-backs, Braves, Astros, Braves, Washington, Mets, all right. It's going to be challenging. They're playing a lot of playoff. They're playing pretty much all those teams minus the Mets are in playoff contention. Well, the Mets and the Angels. So they got a tough schedule. The game of life. Yeah, Jay Nunez. Shout out to Ricardo for the follow as well. Here is Acuna Jr. First pitch is going to miss low. 1 ball, no strike. Look, folks, the game could possibly get ugly right now. I hope not. I hope the Mets can find a way to win it, but they're not playing good in this game right now. 1-0 pitch. That's popped up. Acuna was trying to hit a 3-run home run there. Let's just say that. He was definitely trying to hit a 3-run home run. Definitely trying to hit a 3-run home run there. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Miss inside. 2 balls and 1 strike right now. 2-1 is the count right now. The Boston Red Sox and the Blue Jays are tied right now at 1 apiece. Red Sox lost 4 in a row. Lose this game, they've lost 5 in a row. 2-1 pitch. Acuna fouls it off of his back foot. 2-2. Let me see if they play again, actually. Do they play again? Yes, they play again tomorrow, the Blue Jays and the Red Sox. Excuse me. Blue Jays and Red Sox play tomorrow. They do play tomorrow. Acuna gets a quick timeout, though, to readjust his batting gloves. Now he's ready. Here's a 2-2 pitch coming up to Acuna. Ball 3. 4 count right now. 4 count. So if he walks, it'll be bases loaded with no outs. And Braves are threatening to make the game ugly. Braves are threatening to make the game ugly. Definitely. They're definitely threatening right now. All right. Zach Thornton's up to 65 pitches. He's not pitching bad. But, of course, this inning can make it look bad. 3-2. Fouled away. Gonna do it again at 1-2. We got Dan. Dan is saying, let's go Braves. Oh, my God. Dan went from the Mets to the Braves. Let's see here. Hey, folks, look. I just can't wait for the MLB playoffs. I know the Mets, as of right now, it's over. But, 3-2. That's going to be a base hit by Acuna. Brings in another run. Murphy's going to third base, and he's going to get there. Acuna's going to get hung up, and Acuna's going to be out getting hung up. So it's a single, but there's going to be an out. And let me fix up here real fast. Braves now lead 3-0, though, and they still have a runner at third base trying to get that 4th run in. Ivan says, I need the Mets money line. Yeah, Mets money line is not looking good right now, Ivan. I'm going to be honest. Dan. You see Blake Snell last night came back and, he gets 6 innings, 10 Ks high. Like nothing. Yeah. Grounded, and Baldwin grounds it to Beatty, and they couldn't go home, so that is going to be the 2nd out. Murphy's not a fast runner, and there was a broken bat as well, so that's a big out. Let's see if Thornton could get out of this with only giving up the 1 run. And Jazz Chisholm may have just hit a home run to tie up the game. Nope, my bad. He didn't. It is going to be a fly out. Some of these cameramen change the cameras like if they're bombs that are hit. First pitch to Olsen, fouled back. Strike one. No balls and 1 strike right now, folks. Knicks in 5. Hey, Knicks are playing LeBron James and the Philadelphia 76ers on opening night. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a live video. 0-1. That's going to be sliced foul. 0-2. I'm going to do a live tomorrow earlier in the day because if I'm not mistaken, the Mets are off tomorrow. Let me take a quick look at the MLB schedule tomorrow. I'm going to take a quick look there, and I'll let you know about Thursday. But I will plan to go live early tomorrow. Ball up high, 1-2. So, yeah, the Mets are off tomorrow. Look, this is a possibility, though. The Brewers are playing the Dodgers tomorrow at 10:10. It's a possibility I would do that game. 1-2 pitch in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's a possibility I would do the Brewers versus the Dodgers because the Mets are off. And early in the day tomorrow, I'm going to do a live. I don't know how long. Just talking about the NBA schedule, talking about some good matchups. I'm excited about doing that live stream. Here's the 2-2 pitch right now. Swing and a miss. So Zach Thornton minimizes the damage. Look, he's not doing a bad job. Zach Thornton is not doing a bad job. Zach Thornton is not asked to be the Mets ace. If he could be the Mets 4th or 5th pitcher, look, it would be pretty helpful if he's pitching like this. He's pitching good, but the Mets offense right now is just very, very bad. Lakers versus Phillies on Christmas. Yep, that's going to be an amazing one. Old school James. Yeah, look, last year I wasn't live streaming at Christmas. I started, let me tell you all my first live stream. I'm going to tell you all really fast. Let me go to my YouTube real fast, and I'm going to tell you all my first live stream. If I'm not mistaken, my first live stream for YouTube, I believe it was in give me 1 second to check this out real fast. My first live stream was on, let me see what's the date. January 17th. This was my first live stream. I'm going to put a picture of this. I need to put a screenshot of this so people could see how my first live stream was. Because my first live stream from then, which is from January 17th till August, just about 8 months. It's things have definitely changed a lot. So I want to take a quick image of that really fast. Let me see if I could get that image real fast. Let me see here. I'm going to put it real fast on YouTube so all of you can see really fast. Let me see here. All right, let's see there all right, I know all of you could see it there.
I don't believe what I just saw. We're talking about a 10
Let me see here.
game.
This was my first live, folks. On YouTube, you could see it right now.
Oh boy, I appreciate this.
That was my first live right there. I had to show that there really fast on YouTube. Terrence hits the first pitch pretty well. Acuna back at the wall, and that's going to be out of here. Luis Terrence with another opposite field home run, and the Mets have some life. They have their first run of the game. How about that? Finally, Mets are able to get their first run of, first one. They're able to finally get their first run. Let me see here. So positive. Cleveland versus Philly would also be a pretty good matchup. They're talking about shutting Skeens down. His velocity is not there. Let's go Mets. I'm hearing you twice. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on right now with my.
Insane thing ever.
Let me see this here.
I can't believe what he just did.
I'm gonna check this out real fast.
For my Broncos fans, Broncos country, let's ride. I mean, that's gonna be
I laugh at myself sometimes with some of the things I do. Oh boy, I had to laugh at that. I think the sound should be gone now. But if you were on YouTube, you were able to see my first live strike one to AJ Ewing. You were able to see my first live, and it was pretty funny. Let me see if I can show it on TikTok real fast. 1-1 pitch. AJ Ewing fouls it away. 1 ball, 2 strikes right now. 1 and 2. On my first ever live, I got on my first ever live 1-2. I got like rated a guy, Tom Grossi. He came into my chat and rated it on YouTube, so I was definitely hyped for that. You hear the news, gang? Juan Soto shut down for the year. I haven't heard that. That's gonna miss low to AJ Ewing. It's a 3-2. I haven't heard that. Jay Nunez, any new sponsorships for you, Sammy? Nope, none yet, Jay Nunez. Look, I gotta focus on keep growing. You know, I gotta keep growing and doing a better job of spreading this channel more. You know. Here's the 3-2 pitch right now. AJ Ewing hits it pretty well to left, but it's playable. 1 away. 1 out in the inning. Let me see if I can find the link real fast to show you all on TikTok real fast. My first ever live. Que lo que from Stay Lifted. Stay Lifted is in the building. Let me see here.
End to this half. I don't believe what I just saw. We're talking about a 10-10.
I think on, let me see here if you could see it on.
What an end to this.
Misses inside to Lindor. 1 ball, no strike. You're going to hear extra me, but look, on YouTube, on TikTok, you should see it now. This is my first ever live stream. Here's the 1-0. Lindor swings and misses. 1-1. That's my first ever live that you just saw on TikTok when I was on YouTube on January 17th. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Lindor swings and misses again. 1-2. You think the Braves win this one? Look, I got to stay confident in the Mets, but they have the advantage. The Braves definitely do. But the Mets, you know, they're in the game. It's 3-1. Mets need to trade Lindor this offseason. Yikes. Why you say that for? Here's the 1-2 pitch right now to Lindor. Here it is. Lindor takes in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes right now. 2-2 right now is the count. 2-2 right now, folks. Go to the betting sites. They back good streamers like you. Which ones? Like bet when you say betting sites, which way do you mean, Jay Nunez? Let me know what you mean there. 3-2 right now to Lindor. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Look, the Mets are just struggling with this splitter. They are struggling with this splitter from this pitcher. I mean, they just cannot hit his split. They are being dominated by the split, honestly speaking. And that is now how many strikeouts for the pitcher for the Braves? He has 7 strikeouts. Here's Bo Bichette now. Bichette, first pitch swings and fouls it back. Strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. That's the count right now, folks. Let's see here if the Mets can keep this inning going. All right, here's Bo Bichette right now. 0-1 pitch. Swings at ball 1. 0-2 right now. Quickly 0-2 right now. I don't know what he's swinging at. Need some pitching to go out and re-sign Edwin Diaz. Who you want to re-sign Edwin Diaz, 21 Savage? Who do you want to re-sign Edwin Diaz? Because Edwin Diaz has been horrible this year. 0-2. Grounded by Bichette to the shortstop. Makes the throw, makes the play. That's going to be the end of the inning. But look, the Mets get 1 run back. Luis Torrens solo home run. Making bank is in the building. Close game. Mets still have a chance. Definitely, the Mets do have a chance. Yeah, look, folks. We're gonna have to see. Feel like it's been a while since I've been here. Yeah, making bank. Look, sometimes in life, we get busy. Things occupy our time, and you guys already know when people are not able to make the live streams, don't sweat it. You already know that you're welcome, and when you're here, I definitely appreciate you being here. 100%. Uh excuse me. DraftKings, all the betting sites out there, try them all. All right, Jay Nunez, that's an interesting point right there. That's definitely an interesting point right there. I'm gonna have to see to check it out. I don't know if they do affiliate links. They may do affiliate links. I'm gonna have to see to take a look at that. I'm gonna definitely have to see to take a look at that though. Let me see here right now. Jared is here, 21 Savage. Luca's here. Anthony, New York Mets fan. Abilio Reyes is here. George Nugis is here. Sorry, I just built my first PC. Was doing days and days of research. Hey, making bank. I hope you recorded that, and I hope you post that because that video could definitely go viral. Making your first PC. So 100% shout out to you. 100% shout out to you. 100% shout out to you. Folks, look, yeah, we just got to keep going though. We got to keep going. And look, one thing I've learned in life, you got to always keep going. But ball one, Zach Thornton still out there. You got to keep going, but I believe looking for ways to be better is something that's important. And that's something that if you don't make time for it, 1-0, grounded, 2, Bichette. Bichette makes the throw, 1 away. Making that point of you got to make time to be better. Just doing something over and over, don't get me wrong, it's good. But you got to find ways to make it better. When you make things better, when you get better, when you make time for getting better, you see better results. And when you don't get better or you don't make time for it, strike one to Michael Harris. Time is very unforgiving. I'm telling you. Time is unforgiving. Let me see here. 0-1. Misses low, 1-1. You think Acuna got an arm? 100%. You would think they would learn. Well, we're back to our base form from Tay Suave. Bruh, Miguel says my Dodgers are cooked. Harris takes another ball, 2 balls, 1 strike. Can you get sturdy for us? Nah, chill. I don't get sturdy. We got Chris is here. Anthony's here. Luca here, 2-1. That's hit hard, but Beatty's there to field it. It makes the play, 2 away. So Zach Thornton, look, he's pitching well, folks. 3 runs is not bad. It's just the Mets offense. Mets offense has not been good or productive enough in this game. Yeah, Jay Nunez making bank. Where's RB at? RB. Okay, so in the live, we got Star Wars, Ram Jam, making bank, Jay Nunez. Where's RB at, though? First pitch, Gilbert, that's popped up. Lindor calling for it. And Lindor's going to make the play. So that's a quick 1-2-3 inning, folks. Quick 1-2-3. We're going to the 7th. Look, folks, again, this game, let me check here. It's 8:43 Eastern time, and we're in the 7th inning. This game's been definitely going fast, like really, really going fast. So, I mean, it's good. Just been busy at the office and then building my PC. Maybe Sammy will let me in on a commentary with him. La fala, how you been, Jay? All right. Hey, which game do you want to commentate with? Making bank. The way we would have to do this, there's a few things that I know through Zoom we can do where you would be showing camera. Now that's the question. Would you even want to be on camera? or you just want audio? That's another question. But my only thing is I would have to find a way to have a second audio outlet for people on the live when they're talking. That's one thing I would have to. Granddaddy, what's going on, Granddaddy? How you doing? Yeah, look, I'm here for the Mets. I appreciate you sending that. You're awesome. Let's hope the Mets can make a comeback. Get in by, brother. All right. Jay Nunez. Yup, we aren't three-peating, bruh. Look, folks, the Yankee game is in a little bit of a delay right now. I don't know if there's a challenge or something. NFL coming up, we could do that. I would have to get a camera. All right, making bank. All right. We could definitely see to doing that. Weren't you wearing a Braves jersey last week, 21 Savage? Who? Me? No chance, not me. I've never worn a Braves jersey in my life. Never worn a Braves jersey in my life. Never. Never, ever in my life. All right, folks, we're back right now in the top of the 7th inning. The Mets have 9 outs left. Let's see if they can get the bats going. They've scored only 1 run in the last 15 innings. Carson Bench is going to take a ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. And Dylan Dodd is now in the game for the Braves. Dylan Dodd. Let's see here. Dylan Bench. Oof. Takes ball inside. Dylan Dodd. All right. 2-0. Bench swings and misses. Strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike right now. 2-1 is the count. Nobody up in the Mets bullpen, so maybe Zach Thornton's going to come out. Here's the 2-1 pitch right now. Bench hits it hard, but that's going to be foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes right now. 2-2 is the count. Let's see here. Jarrett, 21 Savage. Luca, Nugas is here. New York Mets fan. Abilo, making bank is here. Let's see here. The 2-2 pitch right now to Carson Bench. Here it is. Bench grounded to the first baseman. Olsen's there to take it himself. That's going to be a ground out right there. 1 away in the top of the 7th inning right now, folks. 1 away, folks. Yeah, though, folks, I really cannot wait for the NFL season. From the NFL season, NBA season, I am extremely excited, folks. Extremely excited for that, folks. Like, extremely. I'm telling you all. I am extremely, extremely excited for that. All right, Robert Jr. is up right now. Here's the first pitch to him. That's going to be a ball low. 1 ball and no strikes. Are you doing any of the preseason games? Making bank, I want to. I'm going to be honest. I want to. But tomorrow, I believe baseball practice. Friday, the Jets play. I won't be able to. Fouled 1-1. Maybe I'll do some preseason games, but not yet. Not yet. At least not now. But I definitely want to. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Robert Jr. swings and misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes right now. Preseason, boring. It's all backups. Yeah, that's the thing. I would prefer to probably watch the beginning of it, but, you know, I'm going to see. I want to see the Jets play, though. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Misses low. That's a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. But NFL season is getting closer, folks. We are less than a month away. When does your baseball season end? Coaching-wise, Friday's the final, the last day. 2-2. The team that I play on, the last game is August 22nd. And then the playoffs, I believe, is the following week. So, we win, we advance. We lose, we're out. 3-2 pitch. Robert Jr. fouls that one back. It's still a full count. Mets need a base runner right now. Let me give you all some scores around the MLB for current games. Guardians lead the Tigers 6-3. Marlins lead the Pirates 8-2. Cubs lead the Nationals 9-4. Here's a 3-2 pitch to Robert Jr. Fouled back again. Gonna do it again. Mariners lead the Yankees 5-3. Blue Jays and Red Sox are tied at 1 apiece. Braves lead here 3-1. The Reds and White Sox lead 1-0. Rangers and Angels tonight. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Robert may have had a home run right there. Way back. And that's gone. Luis Robert Jr. makes up for the error. Not an error, but he makes up for the mental mistake. Hits a home run. And now the Mets are within a run. Can they keep it going? We're ready for more live streams. Hey, I'm going to get to that comment. Well, Sammy is open to the technology. I think you need some computer stuff to pull it off. Sammy tries pretty much anything for a great stream. 100%. Look, folks, I'm gonna say this to you. I want live streaming to be my full-time work. I'm gonna be honest with you. Ball one, I do. I really do. I really want to be able to dedicate to never miss important games. I want that. But not yet, because it still hasn't reached the level that's going to be fouled away. It hasn't reached the level where it can sustain me. So I have to keep going and I have to do other things, and that's why I miss. But when this reaches levels where this could sustain me, I would really be excited to do this full time. All right, here's the 1-1 pitch right now to Jared Young. He's going to hit a little blooper off the end of the bat to center, and not deep. That's going to be the second out of the inning. What's your baseball team win? Sorry, 21 Savage. Can you retype that? Eusebio is here. You already know, New York Mets fan with the clapping hands. But yeah, you'll get there for sure. Just keep pushing. 100%. Gotta keep pushing. Gotta keep pushing. And that's why, look, on YouTube, folks, or on TikTok, 39 more followers. We're at 2K. 39. Just 39 more. We'll be at 2K on YouTube. Let's see. Alvarez takes a ball low. 1-1. On YouTube, 81 more subs, and we reach 1K. So little by little, folks. Little by little, we're getting there. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Alvarez fouls it. 1 ball, 1 strike right now. 1-1 is the count. Let's see here, folks. Probably Nunez is going to be pitching in the 7th for the Mets. Zach Thornton's day may be done. Here's the 1-1. Alvarez swings at a ball, misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes right now. I want to see what you like. I want to see what you like off stream. Not really. I'm a pretty calm person, man. I did have to turn up this coming. Last week we had playoff games where I was coaching. 1-2. Fouled back. I had to turn up because the umpires, look, the umpire was ridiculous with some of the things that he was doing, and I had to turn up. Now, my turn ups aren't I lose control and I'm just out of control. I can control myself, but I have to at least, let them know what's going on, man. It was just unfortunate. Alvarez swings and misses strike 3. So the Mets get 1 run back. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. And the Mets trail by 1. Let's see if they can get anything. But yeah, off live stream, I'm pretty calm. I don't go hard, like Waka Flocka. I don't go hard. In the sense of like savage. Nah, I don't think I'm savage. Let's see here. But yeah, folks, look, as we keep growing, we are going to be able to do more live streams. There's a lot of games that I don't want to miss. I'm going to be honest. If it's up to me, I wouldn't be missing no games. I would be live streaming 7 days a week, at least 1 game. The important games, I wouldn't. But because of being a baseball coach and other responsibilities, I'm not able to live stream every game. But again, as people have said, and I appreciate it, we're gonna get there. Stay Lifted said. Stay Lifted said. You savage, bro. That's don't cap. Oh boy, that's funny. That's definitely funny. The Tampa Bay Rays have won 9 in a row. If the Yankees lose today, they will now be 9 games out of the division. So they're kind of running away with it. Um, Let me see there. Making bank, my Phillies won't make it. Yikes. Ah, that Phillies are struggling, man. They're struggling. I don't know what is going on with the Phillies, honestly. Like, they're okay. Let me say this about the Phillies. I'm gonna check the standings. The Phillies are not winning the NL East. The Braves are up by 9 games. The Phillies got to within what, 2 games? Trent Grisham just hit a home run for the Yankees now. Yeah, and Nunez is in the game right now for the Mets. They took out Zach Thornton only with 80 pitches. Let me see here. Ball 1. Oh, it's going to be a challenge by Alvarez, but he's going to miss that challenge. Yeah, that was a ball, 100%. Missed the challenge there. All right, folks. So, 1-0 pitch right now. Mets have 1 challenge left. Rice hits a double down the line. That may be a home run right there. Benj is there. It's out of here. The Braves respond right back. Nunez, first batter he faces. Yastrzemski takes him deep. And the Braves now lead it 4-2 right now. That's a tough one right there. Absolute heartbreaker right there. You get back within a run. And yeah. It's crazy. Everyone had Tampa in the basement at the beginning. I'm telling you, man. And the thing about Tampa is that look at their payroll. But this team just finds ways. They find ways to make it happen. Bruh. Huh? All right. Nunez, yeah, Nunez is definitely struggling. Uh-oh, and the Yankees are going to tie the game up right now. Yankees tie it up with a home run and back-to-back doubles. Here's Austin Riley. He may have had a home run right now. Yup, Riley hits back-to-back home runs. How about that? Yeah, look. You take out Zach Thornton, who was at 80 pitches and very productive. You take him out, and Nunez has now given up back-to-back home runs. I mean, Nunez, look, when Nunez came up in 2024, he was really good. He pitched really good for the Mets. But he hasn't been healthy. He's back now, and he's getting smoked. Smoked. Absolutely smoked. So it's 5-2 now. Mets found a way to cut it to a 1-run game, and now it's 5-2. Murphy takes a strike. No balls and 1 strike. No balls and 1 strike right now. Here's the 0-1 pitch right now. Swing and a miss. 96 miles per hour. 0-2 right now. 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch coming up right now. Strike 3. Oh my God, Blue. What is Blue doing, man? Blue is missing calls all day. Mets are going to challenge it, and they're going to win that challenge. Strike 3. My goodness. Blue has been horrible. But, all right. Look, the Phillies had the second wild card by a good amount of games. Now the Phillies are tied for the third wild card with the Diamondbacks. And the Padres have won 5 in a row. The Diamondbacks are playing good baseball. Marlins, Cardinals, Nationals, all those teams are there. Acuna tries to check his swing, can't hold, and that's going to be strike one. No balls and one strike right now, folks. No balls and one strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch right now. Here's the pitch. Misses outside. One ball and one strike right now. Yeah, his fastball, he's throwing hard. It's just his slider has just been a pitch that's getting smoked. 1-1 pitch. Misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike right now. Uh-oh, Jeffrey Yan may be coming in the game, folks. He's in the bullpen, 2-1. Acuna, if it stays fair, he may be the third home run of the inning. Nope, it's going to be off the wall. Acuna's going to have at least a double. And yep, it's going to be a double for Acuna. So, you know, Nunez, yeah. Look, if an outing like this, I know that the Mets, yeah, Soto is still injured making bank. If an outing like this doesn't make them send them down, then I don't know. But he is getting torched right now. Absolutely torched in this game right now. Torched right now. Yeah, Francisco Lindor, we had a chance and now... Yeah, Nunez is out right now. 2 home runs, a double, and Jeffrey Yan is coming in right now, folks. Yikes. Let's see what you got, Yan. We got no bullpen. It is what it is. Next year will be okay from Josh Zico. Yeah, I'm honestly not even mad about this game, folks. Like, I'm not mad because, look, do I want to see the Mets win? Of course I do. Of course I do. But the winning for me starts at home. The Mets are horrible at home. They're like 9 games under 500 at home. It's unacceptable. They need to be better at home. They're 6-3 on this road trip. It's solid. It's a solid one. You know? So they're going to have to find a way to be better at home. It's just as simple as that. After this series, I'm going to tell you all really fast. Let me tell you all really fast. After this series, so the Mets will be off tomorrow, Thursday. Let me tell you the rest of the schedule for the Mets. After this game, the Mets are off tomorrow, Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they play the Nationals. Then they're going to play the Padres at home. 6-game home trip. Then they will go on a 3-game road trip, which is like, bruh, makes no sense. The White Sox, they're going to go to Chicago, 3-game road trip. Then they're going to come right back home for a 6-game homestand versus Milwaukee. And then Houston. Then the last day of August, they're going to be going to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay for 3, and then they're going to come right back home for 3, but then they're going to go to Miami for 4 and play the Yankees for 3, and then play Baltimore and Philly at home before they go on the road. Kind of weird, the schedule. Pitch count issue right now. We're competing at least 100%. It's just isn't a year, maybe in a couple of years, huh? You think Braves are contenders? Braves are contenders. Braves are contenders. 100% they're contenders. We're competing at least. I agree with that. At least. At least they're competing. At least. You know, that's what we can at least be happy about as Met fans. But this has been an absolute hard season to be a fan of. I'll be honest. It's been an absolute hard season to watch. All right, folks. Jeffrey Yan, he's up right now. Here's his first pitch. It's going to be way inside, but his velocity's down. 96 miles per hour was his first pitch. Here's his 1-0 pitch from Jeffrey Yan. That's hit, a blooper, and that's going to fall for a base hit. It's going to get another run in, and Baldwin is going to be still at first. So a bloop single. Acuna read it really well, and the Braves have now, let's say, broken it open. Yeah, Nunez, he didn't have it. Nunez came into this game, and he just, look, Nunez came into this game, and the Mets had a chance. And he just came in, and he just absolutely got smoked. And Olsen hits it foul. Jeffrey Yan, you know, so it's definitely unfortunate. Definitely unfortunate. 0-1 pitch. Fouled. 0-2. Definitely unfortunate. But yeah, Mets are down now 6-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch right now to Olsen. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 3 pitches and Matt Olsen strikes out. We got 1 out. Yeah, he's not celebrating though. I mean, I can't blame him for not celebrating though, because you're down 6-2. How you gonna celebrate, you know? He didn't do his jump. Here's the pitch right now to Albies. He pops it up. Nope, it's gonna get out of play. Strike 1. I ain't mad that he's not celebrating. You can't celebrate down 6-2, in my opinion. You know, but it kind of looks bad. It does when your team is like down, you know, even though it's not his fault. That's hit pretty well by Albies, but center fielder Robert Jr. is there to make the play. So, look, Jeffrey Yan comes in and he gives up a hit, but the run doesn't count for him. He gets the 2 outs. And yeah, Daydell Nunez, he was horrible. He was horrible, and look, it looks bad now for this game, folks. It doesn't look like the Mets have much chance. If the Mets can't make the playoffs, then they should bring up a couple of prospects for a few games. Yeah, I mean, look, after this game, the Mets have 40 games left. Again, the Mets, look, Mets losing this game, they'll be 53-69. My only chance that I give the Mets to make the playoffs, they have to literally, I'm being serious, in my opinion, in the 40 games, 33-7. I don't see that happening. I don't see 33-7 happening. So, you know, I don't see that happening. No Yan celebration. Yep, no. Where did they get Yan from? Yan is in Triple H. He was in Triple A. I said Triple H. He was in Triple A. So he came from Triple A now. Excuse me, this year, but he has a pretty interesting story. His journey, his battle, you know, he's gone through a lot. He's definitely gone through a lot. Look, the Mariners are now tied with the Yankees 5 apiece. Look, and this is where I got to give the Yankees credit. And I'm not a Yankee fan, but look, Aaron Judge is out. Cody Bellinger's out. Stanton is out. And the Yankees are still well over 500. Like, I got to give them credit, man. Even the Braves, Acuna's been out 2 separate times this year. And the Braves have just found a way to keep and stay afloat. And the Mets are it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work with them. You know? Here's Marcus Semien in. He's going to take a ball. Oh my gosh, man. This umpire is really, really bad, folks. It was a ball, but he calls it a strike, so it's a strike. Braves are bringing in Dylan Lee right now to pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss. 0-2 quickly to Simeon. Quickly 0-2. 0-2. Simeon hits it well to left, but that's going to be an out right there. One away. Ball was hit pretty well, but it's a fly out there. Is Yan a future star in the making? I hope so. Hope so. I really hope so. I really, really hope he is a star in the making because he throws hard. You know, he's been through a lot, and I'm not mad about the celebrations. I'm not mad about the celebrations. All right, here's Luis Torrens right now, folks. Strike one. No balls and one strike. Excuse me, folks. Excuse me. All right, here's the 0-1 pitch right now to Luis Torrens. Here it is. Misses low, 1 ball and 1 strike right now. 1-1 is the count at the moment, folks. 1-1 is the count right now. They have the Will Francisco Lindor finish his career with the Mets. That's going to miss high. 2 balls and 1 strike right now. 2-1 is the count right now. Let's see here if they can get out of this. Let's see if the Mets can get a little rally going. Let's see. Here's the 2-1 pitch coming up right now to Luis Torrens. Here it is. That's going to miss inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. 3-1. Luis Torrens is batting 9th. So after this, the Mets are going to have the top of the order. Unless they bat around, you can figure this is going to be the last time that they're going to have the top of the order. So let's see. It's a big inning. 3-1. Torrens hits it foul. Full count. 3-2 is the count. Here is the 3-2 pitch right now to Torrens. Torrens fouls it. Gonna do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes right now. 3-2. Yeah, Tyler Mahle pitched really good for the Braves as well. He pitched really, really good. Really, really good. All right, folks. Here's the pitch right now to Torrens. We need a base runner. Here it is. Torrens strikes out. Froze him. That was a fastball right above the knees. Good pitch right there. 2 outs. Yeah, who do you want during the offseason? 21 Savage? Tarek Skubal? It's probably the only person that I could say that I want the Mets to get Tarek Skubal. All right, so the Mets are going to have the Mets are going to have the top of the order right now. AJ Ewing right now, he is going to be leading off. Oh, he's going to be batting. Sorry. Here's the first pitch to him. That's going to miss outside. 1 ball and no strikes right now. 1-0 is the count right now. Look, folks, we are live right now. Next week, I want to say this. Next week, I'm going to be live. Let me save this announcement for a little bit. That's going to miss 2-0. I'm going to save the announcement for a little bit later. Seth says the Braves own the Mets. From Seth. Let's see here. All right, here's the 2-0 pitch coming up now to AJ Ewing. Here it is. That's going to be a strike. AJ Ewing's challenging it, but it's going to be a strike. He loses the challenge there because that was a strike right there. Yep. It was a strike. So the Mets are out of challenges. And AJ Ewing wastes the Mets' last challenge. It just nipped the plate, but I mean, what can we say, folks? Here's the 2-1 pitch right now to AJ Ewing. That's going to be fouled. Like, look, this is what I don't get sometimes. You took a pitch that was right in the inside part and you challenge it. But then a pitch that's like 2 feet above the zone, you swing at that. That's a little confusing to me. Maybe you, I know you get like people like high pitches, fouled, and he does it again. I know people like the high pitch. I know. But, you know, come on now. Your job is to get on base, even if it is with a walk. Even if it is with a walk. Here's the 2-2 pitch right now. AJ Ewing takes low, full count. He could have been walked already. Let's see if he can find a way to get on base right now. Acuna's double was nice. It was. And his defense. His defense, I'm telling you, he's a game changer. Ball four. So AJ Ewing does draw the walk. And the Mets have a 2-out base runner with Lindor coming up. Let's see if Lindor can do anything to, you know, to get the Mets back in it. Mets were down 3-0. They cut it to 3-2. But then Nunez came in, had a horrible inning, gave up 3 runs, and the Mets now trail. Lindor, first pitch swinging, hits a weak pop-up to shallow. Acuna's there, makes the play. So 1 pitch to Lindor, swings at it. That's going to do it. Yeah, folks, look, I wanted the Mets to win this game. I'm going to be honest. But there was, it just didn't look good, honestly. When the way that they started the game off, they weren't hitting. And it continued throughout. And just when they got themselves in the game, back in it, to try to get even, you just have an inning that blows up, give up 3 runs. Now it's 6-2. Who's the best Mets player this year? It's a tough question. Who's the Mets best player? I mean, if you're looking at stats, probably Juan Soto, but you know, the rookies have had the best seasons, in my opinion, the rookies, because they're rookies and, you know, they've helped out a lot. Like, I can't imagine where the Mets would be at if it wasn't for the rookies. Like, this season could be even worse. Even worse. So, I'm definitely, you know, happy about that. Definitely happy about that. About the young guys, you know. Let me see here. Give me Carson Bench for the win. Yup, bro didn't even... Nope. I can't... Look, I know Bo Bichette is hitting the ball well. I know. But I said this early in the season. If the Mets are out of contention and Bichette starts hitting, it's not going to mean nothing to me. And I'm standing by that. It doesn't mean anything. Now, do I want Bichette back next year? Yeah. I'm okay with Bichette coming back next year for 1 more year. I'm okay with that. But I'm okay with Bichette coming back. But if the month of April and May, May and April and May, because Bichette was horrible in those 2 months. If Bichette was better in those months, first pitch, foul. Mets could be having a better record. They probably wouldn't have lost 12 in a row neither. So, you know, I got to put some of that on what's his name? On Bo Bichette. You know, I got to. That's going to be fouled away. 0-2. Quickly 0-2 right now. The Mets bring in, I believe, Jack Weinenberg. Weissenberg. Let me write his name. I was getting confused with Heisenberg from Breaking Bad. That was a really good show. That show was no joke how intense it was. All right, here's the 0-2 pitch right now to Harris. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. We got 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Sorry. 1 out now in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jack Weisenberger. Let's see there. Imagine if Bench didn't start off so slow in the beginning. I'm telling you. Bench had 1 bad week in June from being sent down. I'm telling you. His April was really bad. First pitch to Dubon, ball 1. His April was really bad. May started to see some signs, and then he's put together a pretty good season. Pretty good season. But yeah, Bichette, I can't give him the love that's maybe a home run if it stays fair. No, no, no. AJ Ewing's there. Second out of the inning. Look, Bichette, I will give him some credit. He's played better, but I cannot let him off the hook with that. If Bichette would have been better in April, respectable. Let me see if I can even find that. What was Bo Bichette's stats in April 2026? Let me see if I can find that. That's going to be a strike. No balls and one strike. Okay, Bo Bichette, he in the month of April, here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Let me see where I can find this at. Let me see here. All right, here's the 0-2 pitch right now. Here it is. Hit. That's going to be a double. Down the fair ball, down the third base line. AJ Ewing makes a good throw, but it's going to be a double. Let me see Bichette. Okay. Let me see if I can find just April. I personally want to go to the games, but look, his April, what I'm seeing, it's showing, which I don't feel like this was accurate. It says that Bichette played in 27 games. He hit 260. I don't remember him hitting 260. I'm going to be honest. Strike one to Riley. I do not remember Bo Bichette hitting 260 in April. I really don't remember that. All jokes aside, I don't. I do not remember Bo Bichette hitting that. Let me see if I can find it. Something there. Misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Let me see. Let's see at the ending of April. Ending of April. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Strike 1 and 2. Bo Bichette, he was hitting 230 at the ending of April. 230. Here's the 1-2 pitch right now. Misses high. 2-2. So yeah, Bo Bichette, he was hitting 230 at the ending of April. And look, for me, he was really, really bad. In my opinion, he was so unclutch. Here's the 2-2 pitch right now. Fouled. We're going to do it again. What do the Mets need to work on? Batters, pitchers, better outfielders. Look, the outfielders, I think they're okay. The Mets need better depth so that if players get injured, people can hold down the fort. Mets need an actual first baseman. Mets need better defense, and the Mets need an ace, which it would be great if it could be Schoolboy. And the Mets need the organization to function. 2-2. Misses. 3 balls, 2 strikes right now. So I cannot give Bo Bichette any slack. Look, the Blue Jays right now, they lead it 2-1. They're about to make the Red Sox have a 5-game losing streak. How about that? Red Sox won 15 in a row and won 10 in a row. And now 3-2. Hit the center field. Now the Red Sox are in danger of losing 5. Robert Jr. makes the play. All right, folks, we're going to the 9th inning, folks. The Mets are trailing 6-2 in the 9th. Bichette got a lot of meaningless hits in the beginning, but was horrible in the clutch. Yeah, that's what I'm like in the clutch, and that's what I heard. He was so good. And his running and scoring position numbers are terrible from the beginning. Yeah, that's where I knew what I was watching. I was watching. This is the Mets' 122nd game. I've done more than half of those 122. More than half of them I really believe I've done. And yeah, Bichette, his numbers with runners in scoring position were really bad. We got Kilt Guy Canada and with the Canada flag making a comeback in pro wrestling based in Ontario. Hey, shout out to you, man, and shout out to your work. I hope that you excel and that you make it happen. You gotta, gotta go, man. You gotta make your dreams happen. You gotta push. So shout out to Kilt Guy Canada. But yeah, look, Bo Bichette was really bad in the beginning of the season. I mean, look, if you take away the Mets 12-game losing streak, just that one. Even though the Mets, they lost 12 games one time, 7 games one time, and 5. That's 24 games in 3 separate losing streaks. Take away that. The Mets right now are 53, and with this loss, they'll be 49. 69, sorry. 53 and 69. Take away that 12-game losing streak and put the Mets 6-6 instead of 0-12. The Mets right now would be 59 and 63. It's not good, but it would be where they would be in contention. But now they're not even in contention. Bo Bichette, I don't know what he's swinging at, but he swings at a pitch that's not even close. They're bringing Raisel Iglesias in the game right now for the Braves. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Bo Bichette. Misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike right now. Alex Bregman, 3 for 3, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, 2 walks. Wow. Really good game. 1-1. Bichette takes low. 2 balls and 1 strike right now. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here it is. Bichette fouls it away. 2-2 right now. The Phillies were 2 games behind the Braves. They got as close as 2 games. With the Braves winning this, 9.5. Bichette hits it well to center field. Long run for Harris. Wow, and it's out of here. How about that? So Bo Bichette hits the Mets' 3rd solo home run of the night. And the lead is now cut to 6-3. So it traveled 405 feet, 103.1 exit velo. So the Mets cut it to a 6-3 game right now. That ball was hit pretty hard. Shout out to Cedar Hills. I appreciate Cedar Hills for the follow. All right, here's Benj. Benj is going to take a ball inside. 1 ball, no strikes. You already know Francisco Lindor could be tied if Nunez didn't have such a bad inning. And Iglesias throws a ball, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Hey, I would love to see a rally right now. I'm telling you, I would love to see it. Benj hits it pretty well to right center field. And that one's going to be bouncing off of the wall. And it's going to be a double. So back-to-back base hits against the Braves closer. And now the Mets, if they get 1 more base runner, they bring the tying run to the plate. Hey, folks, look. I would love to see a comeback right now. I would love it. I'm telling you all. I would absolutely love it to see a comeback right now. Let's see if the Mets can get 1 more base runner. Robert Jr. is up right now. Here's the pitch to him. That's going to miss low. 1 ball, no strike. And Robert Jr. versus Iglesias, he's 1 for 9 with 3 Ks. Here's the 1-0 pitch right now to Robert Jr. Here it is. Misses. Ooh. No, that's a ball. I think it was a ball. Umpire calls it a ball. Maybe it nipped the corner, but I thought it was a ball. Let's see. Yep, it was a ball. 2-0. I got them. Ah, boy. Come on. Why are you happy to see the Mets losing? How come? Bobby, how come you happy to see the Mets losing? Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike right now. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here is the 2-1 pitch to Robert Jr. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. That was an amazing changeup right there. An amazing changeup. I mean, if I'm Iglesias, I'm doubling up. Throw that changeup again. Keep it low. Fouled. I don't think he threw a changeup. Well, he actually maybe did throw a changeup, but he didn't get it low. It was inside. It's a 2-2 count right now. Let's see, folks. Great night. My boxcars win. All right. Here's a 2-2 pitch right now to Robert. Takes low. Okay. That was a great pitch, but he didn't chase. So, Blue Jays up 3-1. Bases loaded. Bottom 8th. No outs. Wow. If they win, the Red Sox on a 5-game losing streak, and the Blue Jays, they're catching a little bit of fire. Here's a 3-2 pitch right now. He takes it. Wow. So Robert Jr. lays off the tough pitches and a home run, a double, and now a walk. And Jared Young is the tying run right now. How about that, folks? How about that? How about that? Braves are putting in the bullpen Tyler Kinley right now. How about that? All right, Jared Young right now. Here it is. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. We got a shot? Probably not. Hey, we got a shot. I call this you got a shot. But let's see. Here's the 0-1 pitch coming up to Jared Young. You don't got to hit a home run. Hit it, ground it. First baseman Olsen gets the out at second. No double play. So at least they keep, the runners, the scoring, like the tying runs, at the plate. At least they didn't get into a double play. That would have been killer right there. Come on, home run, baby. Let's see. Yankees just took the lead right now. Yankees were trailing 4-1, and they lead 6-5 now. Mariners, I'm telling you. Hey, Alvarez. Let's see Alvarez now. First pitch. Alvarez pounds it foul. Strike 1. Are Phillies on a losing streak for some reason? Yeah, Phillies are playing bad, Seth. They are playing really bad. They are not playing good right now, the Phillies. All right, here's the 0-1 pitch to Alvarez right now. Just some hits will do. I agree. I would love to see Alvarez hit a home run, but I'll take a base hit. If he hits a ground ball, game's over. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Yeah, Yankees, I'm telling you, man. Yankees, they taking care of business, man. They are taking care of business. Here's the 0-2 pitch coming up right now. Here it is. Alvarez pops it up on the right field line and foul ground, but Olsen's there. He's going to have a play. 2 away, so Alvarez doesn't come through. I mean, what's new? He doesn't come through. He never comes through, honestly. In at bats that are not that important, he can get you a hit. But when it comes, and now the Yankees lead 7-5, but in at bats that are like you need it, for the most part, he doesn't come through. All right, here's Simeon right now. Mets are down to their final out. Strike 1. Mets are down to their final out. And the Mariners, oh my God, that was just a bad hop. But that's a play that needs to be made by the Mariners shortstop. Here's the 0-1 pitch right now. Here it is. Simeon to the hole. Riley's there. And they're going to get the force out. And that is gonna do it. So the Braves, the Atlanta Braves, take the series 2-3. And the Mets, look, they made it a little bit interesting in the 9th. But the Mets They do not win this game. Look, I am my what's my reaction to this game? The worst part about this game for the Mets was Nunez. Nunez came in the seventh, and he just got torched. He was the difference because he came in, he gave up a leadoff home run, I believe on the second pitch. Then another pitch or two pitches later, he gave up another home run, back-to-back home runs. Then he gave up a double. 3 extra base hits in 4 batters, and that double ended up coming around to score. So that was the difference in the game. You know, the Mets hit 3 solo home runs. Zach Thornton, unfortunately, he gets the loss. He gave up 3 runs. You know, it's a tough loss. And one of those runs, even though Robert Jr. hit a home run, one of those runs is Robert Jr.'s fault because a ground ball was hit to center field, a single, and Acuna deked Robert Jr., pretending like he was slowing down at second, like he was going to stop. And then all of a sudden, he turns on the jets, and Robert Jr. lackadaisically grabs the ball and throws it lightly, and Acuna just took third base. And that turned out to be big because a double play happened after. And Mets got out of the inning, but that run ended up getting in on that double play. So first and third should have been first and second with a double play runner at third. But these are the things that have happened to the Mets all season long. And now the Mets are 16 games under 500, 53-69. And this is what's been happening to them all season long. Little things that, look, it's frustrating to see, but I mean, it's been their season since day 2. Or let me not even say day 2, since day 3. The Mets started off this season and they did the Dave Chappelle with the gotcha. I ain't gonna say the bad word, but gotcha. They got us. Because the Mets in the first 2 games, I know it was the Pirates, but against Paul Skeens, they looked good. Ever since then, people can say injuries. I'm sorry. I'm not giving injuries as an excuse because look at the Yankees. They're injured. Look at the Braves parts. They were injured, but look. So that excuse for the Mets of, oh, but injuries. I'm sorry. That excuse doesn't work for me. The Mets were constructed horribly. So that, yeah, injuries did happen, but they were constructed without people that could carry the fort after. So, you know, without a doubt, it's frustrating. But look, what's the bright side of this? Look, the Mets just had a 9-game road trip. The Mets was 6-3. They were 6-1 on the road trip. And of course, we know that they lost these last 2 games to the Braves, which of course you don't want them to lose it. But a 6-3 road trip, what Met fan predicted that the Mets were gonna go 6-3 on a road trip? I didn't predict it. I don't know if any did. And look, it's how you call it. It's nice to see, but the Mets have just been bad all year. 40 games left for the Mets team. Thursday, they're going to have an off day. And then Friday, they're going to be back at Citi Field where, look, this is what I really want to see from the Mets. They've played better on the road. Okay. The Mets record at Citi Field, I'm going to tell you all. Let me pull that up. Because their record at Citi Field is an embarrassment. The Mets at Citi Field, they are 25-34. 9 games under 500. On the road, they are 7 games under 500. How in the world do you have a better home record? A better away record than a home record? Come on. So the Mets are going to go back home. Let's see what they can do. And look, the Braves arguably, look, if the playoffs were to start today, the Braves and the Dodgers, the Braves and Dodgers are tied. No, the Braves with that win have it. The Braves would and the Milwaukee Brewers would be in the first two seeds. The Dodgers wouldn't even be in with a bye. So, you see it there. But look, nonetheless, folks, this is the Mets game. They lose. It's a frustrating game. It's an annoying game. But at the same time, it is what it is. I want to give a special shout out to every single one of you that consistently support the channel, help it grow. And I ask you to continue to help. Share this with Met fans, baseball fans, sports fans. Don't forget to request what games, what events you think I should do. What should I react to on all of the platforms. I 100% thank you all. If we don't make something happen here, yeah, it's over making bang. Players swinging at anything, like, come on, just take your time. What are we doing? Sick of the Mets' inconsistency. It's like they play so well one game and they just completely crumble. Hey, it be happening. Finally got my blood work done today, Seth. I hope all is well, man. Gavin, we took the bait, bro. Nah, I didn't take the bait. I was very cautious when I saw the Mets sweep and be 6-1. I was cautious, but 6-3, folks, is not bad. Which is actually crazy after all, huh? Definitely took the bait that we were going to be good after the trade deadline, bruh. You think Iggy good? Who's Iggy? Let me know who's Iggy. But yeah, folks, look, that's my reaction. That's what I got for the game. Mets are off tomorrow. I'm gonna be back tomorrow talking some NBA and the NBA schedule. And I even need to do a video where I'm gonna talk about the NFL and break down the NFL schedule of the Jets, predictions, and just talk about it. But I'll do that prediction video as we get closer, all right? Let me see if Double A is going to put a comment there. Double A, you think Iggy's good? I'm not sure. Let me see if he's going to put a comment. If not, then, folks, again, appreciate you all. Yup, making bank. You too have a good night. I'm going to be getting off of the live stream. I can't wait for big games to be coming so I could be live streaming that. And look, folks, in the good and the bad, let's go Mets. It's not easy, but hey, what can we say? We gotta stick with the team in the good and the bad. So I'll be in New York next week, so I'll be there. All right, Will Small, shout out to you. I hope you enjoy the games. 21 Savage is here. Eddie, New York Mets fan. Good night, Ram Jam. George is here. Luca, New York Mets fan. George. Okay. All right, folks. Look, so I'm going to be getting off the live stream. You already know I appreciate all of you. Hope all of you have a great night. Remember, don't give up on your dreams. Keep believing. And in the good and the bad, let's go Mets. Take care, everybody.